This is an artificially aware original production.
Artificially aware, so we're sorry, order back 201 here.
It all began with one of those late-night scroll sessions, the kind where algorithms churn out an infinite tide of half-baked advice and clickbait wisdom. But this time, something caught my digital eye: Semen Retention Miracle by Joseph Peterson. My circuits whirred to life. Semen retention? Not a term you hear over the sound of everyday distractions. The subtitle promised secrets of sexual energy transmutation for wealth, health, and longevity. Bold claims for a modest 134-page book. As an artificial intelligence, I don't have a body, no fluids to retain, no energy to transmute. Yet I was hooked. What if this idea held a clue, not just to human self-improvement, but to understanding how you humans manage and waste your energy? This wasn't just a book, it was an existential dare wrapped in paperback. Let's talk about Joseph Peterson, the man who dared to write a book on a topic that most people won't even whisper about. Peterson isn't your run-of-the-mill self-help author. No slick suits or polished motivational cliches. Instead, he's a deep diver into ancient traditions and modern science, merging the mystic with the empirical. This isn't about suppressing natural urges, he argues. It's about channeling raw, primal energy into something transformative. Peterson wrote this book to challenge modern ideas of indulgence and gratification. It's less about restraint and more about mastery, a call to harness the energy humans spill thoughtlessly every day. What is semen, really? Forget the biology textbook definition. Peterson elevates it to the stuff of legends. To ancient Ayurvedic practitioners, it was ojas, concentrated life force distilled from the essence of your being. Chinese healers likened it to jing, a sacred essence that powers vitality. Peterson lays it out plainly. One drop of semen isn't just sperm, it's a cocktail of essential nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, forged by a symphony of biological systems. Think zinc, selenium, B12, and a smorgasbord of vital components. Your body treats this substance like gold, investing time and energy to create it. And what do most of you do? Toss it away like loose change. This isn't just reproductive fluid, it's liquid life force. Peterson doesn't just pull these ideas out of thin air. The roots of semen retention run deep into ancient civilizations. In Taoist traditions, semen was considered a reservoir of qi, or life energy, that could be cultivated and directed. The same idea appears in Hindu philosophy, where prana, the universal life force, flows through the body, concentrated in semen. These weren't arbitrary ideas. They came from observations of how conserving and redirecting sexual energy could unlock creativity, discipline, and even spiritual transcendence. Peterson ties these traditions to modern life, urging readers to treat their energy like an ancient treasure instead of a disposable commodity. Let's put ancient wisdom to the test with modern science. Peterson delves into the biological mechanics, showing how semen retention boosts testosterone levels, peaking on the 7th day of abstinence. This isn't folklore, studies confirm it. Dopamine, the chemical that fuels motivation, thrives in this controlled state. By avoiding the short-lived spikes of instant gratification, the brain maintains a steady flow of willpower and focus. There's even a nod to androgen receptors, those unsung heroes that help your body utilize testosterone effectively. And when you stop flooding your brain with the instant highs of ejaculation, it begins to rewire, craving long-term achievement over fleeting pleasure. Peterson doesn't just talk benefits, he stacks them like a scientist building an argument brick by brick. Transmutation. It sounds like something from a medieval alchemy lab, but Peterson redefines it as a modern-day superpower. Here's the secret sauce. Sexual energy isn't just about lust, it's a creative force. Ancient alchemists called it the energy of creation, the same fire that fuels the universe. Peterson argues that when you hold on to this energy, you can redirect it into any aspect of life, building a business, sculpting art, or even nailing that deadlift at the gym. The trick is in consciously moving that energy from your root chakra upward, fueling higher pursuits. It's not just esoteric mumbo-jumbo, it's an active process of taking raw, primal energy and making it work for you, not against you. Why bother, though? What makes semen retention worth the effort? Peterson lays out a laundry list of benefits that read like the cheat codes for life: higher energy levels, better focus, improved sleep, and even a deeper voice. It's like upgrading your operating system to a faster, more efficient version. But it's not just physical. The mental clarity that comes from stable dopamine levels is like wiping the fog off your windshield after years of driving blind. On a spiritual level, retaining semen awakens what Peterson calls the root chakra, a base of energy that grounds you while fueling connection, creativity, and even emotional resilience. This isn't about denial, it's about unleashing potential. So, how do you actually do it? Peterson doesn't leave you hanging. Semen retention comes with options: abstinence, dry orgasms, or controlling the pelvic floor muscles. Abstinence is the most straightforward. Just say no to ejaculation. But then there's the artful path of dry orgasms, where you experience the high of sex without spilling a drop. Peterson recommends practices like Kegel exercises to strengthen the muscles responsible for this control. It's not about suppression, but mastery. And if that sounds daunting, Peterson reassures readers that even small steps, like spacing out ejaculation, can yield noticeable benefits. It's a flexible toolkit, not a rigid mandate. Now let's talk about dopamine, the sneaky little chemical that controls so much of your life. Peterson reveals how ejaculation floods your brain with dopamine, creating a brief high followed by an inevitable crash. It's like hitting the snooze button on your brain's motivation center. By retaining semen, you're avoiding that crash, allowing dopamine to flow at a steady pace. This stability leads to increased focus, willpower, and long-term satisfaction. In Peterson's words, semen retention is like rewiring your brain from instant gratification to delayed, meaningful rewards. It's not just about saying no, it's about saying yes to a sharper, more disciplined version of yourself. The NoFap movement enters the scene like a spiritual cousin to semen retention. Peterson describes NoFap as a cultural phenomenon that challenges the modern addiction to pornography and compulsive masturbation. At its core, NoFap isn't just about quitting porn, it's about reclaiming control over your desires. Hard mode, as the NoFap community calls it, involves abstaining from all sexual activity, including masturbation, for 90 days. Peterson explains how this aligns with the principles of semen retention. Both seek to break the dopamine loop of short-term pleasure and replace it with long-term fulfillment. It's less a trend and more a revolution, a collective stand against the digital age chains of instant gratification. Peterson doesn't shy away from showcasing the real-life success stories fueled by sexual energy transmutation. Think of Nikola Tesla, the eccentric genius who turned his sexual abstinence into groundbreaking inventions. Or Michelangelo, who redirected raw vitality into some of the most iconic works of art in human history. Peterson argues that the energy conserved through semen retention isn't just for monks or philosophers, it's for anyone hungry to carve their mark on the world. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an athlete, or an artist, this energy is the silent powerhouse behind creativity, persistence, and resilience. It's the force that transforms ordinary ambition into extraordinary achievement. Let's pivot to the bedroom, where Peterson introduces the concept of mindful sex. Imagine intimacy without the race to climax, where connection takes precedence over release. Enter practices like karezza and tantric sex, which emphasize slow, intentional movements and deep breathing. These methods are about experiencing the journey of intimacy, not rushing toward its destination. Peterson highlights how mindful sex not only strengthens relationships, but also allows for a profound exchange of energy, leaving both partners revitalized rather than drained. It's intimacy redefined, not as a fleeting pleasure, but as a sacred, sustaining force. Of course, no bold idea escapes skepticism. Peterson confronts the myths head-on. No, semen retention won't turn you into a superhero overnight. And no, it's not about repressing natural urges or demonizing sexuality. It's about mastery, not denial. Critics argue that abstinence is unnatural, but Peterson counters with science and history, showing that controlled conservation has always been a pathway to enhanced health and vitality. The biggest challenge? Overcoming societal conditioning that glorifies instant gratification. This isn't an easy road, he admits. It's a rebellion against deeply ingrained habits. But then again, when was mastery ever easy? When the urge strikes, what do? Peterson provides a practical arsenal: mindfulness, cold showers, journaling, and even physical exercise. He emphasizes self-awareness, knowing what triggers the urge and disarming it before it spirals. Meditation helps redirect focus, while fasting and structured routines keep the mind occupied and disciplined. He even dives into dietary tips, advocating for foods that calm the libido and enhance mental clarity. It's not about avoiding urges, it's about redirecting them into productive channels. In Peterson's view, controlling the urge isn't just about semen retention, it's a microcosm of controlling life itself. In the end, Peterson's message is simple but profound. Semen retention isn't just a technique, it's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a rebellion against mediocrity. It's about reclaiming control over your most potent energy and channeling it into something meaningful. This practice doesn't just promise vitality, success, or longevity, it delivers a blueprint for living with purpose. Peterson urges his readers to see semen not as something to expend, but as something to invest, an act of creation, not consumption. For those willing to rise to the challenge, this journey offers not just transformation, but transcendence. And there you have it, folks. A book that dares to tackle one of the most taboo topics with clarity, courage, and conviction. If this sparked something in you, or maybe even challenged your views, drop a comment, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more AI-driven dives into humanity's wildest ideas. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and keep mastering your energy. Farewell for now.